At number 3, I have Klink. Now this is a party-adjacent card game that, if I had to describe it, I would say is a hybrid between games like Cockroach Poker mixed with Cabo. Now this is certainly a contender for Surprise of the Year for me because I wasn't sure what to expect with it, but it was tremendous fun. So very simple mechanically. All you're going to do is you are going to draw 2 cards face down. You can choose to look at one of those cards and then decide whether you want to keep them for yourself as scoring or pass them on to another player. Now the objective is to score as few points as possible, but there are kind of twists on what you can do, because if you end up ever getting 2 of the same number, then those cards are going to cancel each other out and be worth nothing. So sometimes collecting a high number isn't bad, as long as you can get a duplicate and of course eliminate those scorings. Additionally, if you get a run of 3 cards, you can activate a special power which can completely mess with the other players, or of course kind of help your situation. This is a game where I kind of went in cold. It was like I was teaching this to 4 other players and I could just see that they weren't terribly interested. But by the end of it, we were all having a tremendous time, and I was highly impressed with how easy this was to explain and relay, but also how much fun is in that little box. So again, this could have gone one of 2 ways, because I really dislike games like Cockroach Poker. I think it's a terrible design. This one is just a complete, I don't know, a reworking of that kind of idea, but it adds a bit more game to it. And there are some wrinkles, because sometimes taking cards for yourself is, even if it's not necessarily the best, the best bunch of cards, it can be great because you are in the power seat for the next round and you can decide whether to keep the next cards rather than being at the mercy of the other players. Because of course, once it's gone around all the players and everybody's passed on those cards, then the last player is going to be forced to keep those cards. And as these scores start to become more and more apparent and people can see who's winning and who's losing, you can start to kind of conspire with each other and force that player who's winning to take those last cards, which again could be bad or could be good for them. So yeah, this one definitely going to be a forever keeper for me, because there's always going to be that kind of party situation where you've got kind of gamers on the periphery of the hobby who've played some games but not loads. This one's going to satisfy kind of muggles, but also more experienced gamers like myself, because there are layers here, but it is still built on that foundation of silliness and approachableness as well. And even though it does have a little bit of a kind of a spicy vibe to this one, because it is, it's a little bit mean at times, it doesn't ever feel malicious, and it's just a real ruckus fun time. So that is Klink at number 3.